Hello clever people, and welcome to my review for the Angry Birds Movie 2. So the Angry Birds Movie 2 is based off of the video game Angry Birds that became a huge cultural phenomenon back in the late 2000s and early 2010s, and really it hasn't been relevant for a while, but back in 2016, back when the game was just starting to lose all of its relevance, they came out with a movie. It did pretty well financially from all the kids that went and saw it, and probably a lot of the people my age who had sentiment from the game that they played when they were really, really little. But, it's been 3 years since then. It's 2019 now, and even though the game is far from popular, they still decided to come out with a second one, so whatever. I didn't really care. I had no feelings going into this movie. I thought that it kind of looked stupid, and I thought it would be a joke movie. It follows the story of the pigs and the birds who live on separate islands, and they have kind of reached a place where they pull pranks on each other, but they are no longer at war with each other. They aren't trying to fight each other. But they decide to reach a truce with no more pranks or anything like that when there is a third island that they discover with a big bird on it who is wreaking havoc and planning to destroy both of their islands, and they both need to team up to try to do something about it. So the Angry Birds Movie 2, I like I said earlier, I really didn't care about it. I thought it was a little weird that it was coming out after all this time, and clearly the box office returns haven't been good for this movie, so it really wasn't a good idea to make a second one. But a headline that was pretty shocking to me was that the Angry Birds Movie 2 is the highest rated video game film of all time. And it's kind of crazy to think about that because people weren't even talking about this, oh, is this going to be the movie that breaks the video game trend? I mean, we've heard that a lot with like Tomb Raider back in 2018 or Assassin's Creed, or there's just been a lot of movies, or Warcraft. There's just been a lot of movies where people are saying, is this going to break the video game constant stream of bad movies? And the Angry Birds Movie 2 is the highest rated video game film of all time. And that's insane to me, but after seeing it, I understand it, because in all honesty, this movie was really no longer a video game movie. It went on a completely separate route. It just used brand recognizability so that it could take in more money. But honestly, I kind of liked this movie. It's definitely not great, but I can see where critics are coming from and saying that this is the best video game movie of all time, because honestly, they haven't had a great track record. They've had a track record of a lot of pretentious movies in a row, and this movie is anything but pretentious. This movie isn't trying too hard like the first one, which the first one I really, really disliked, but this one is not trying too hard. It isn't trying to go an extra mile and trying to be super funny. It isn't filled with a bunch of stupid kiddish jokes. It isn't over the top or anything. In all honesty, it's just a fun, really quick movie, and it has a lot of poop jokes and fart jokes in it, and it does have a lot of jokes in it that are way over the top, but it's not like that's the entire movie. And a lot of this movie was pretty laid back as far as kid movies go, and when it got crazy, it felt justified, and it didn't feel like it was just getting crazy for the sake of being crazy. The plot led up to a point where it allowed itself to be crazy. And honestly, it was just entertaining. The characters all went through arcs that were at least semi-compelling. And I mean, it's nothing special, but this movie wasn't boring, is what I can say. And coming out of this, I had a smile on my face. I felt like I was a kid again for an hour and a half, and really that's all I can ask a movie to do. So in the end, I will say that I liked the Angry Birds Movie 2. There's nothing special about this movie, nothing that's really, really good about it, but in the end, I did enjoy it. I will give the Angry Birds Movie 2 a 6 out of 10. Alright, that concludes my review for the Angry Birds Movie 2. So, what are your thoughts on this film, or what do you think of the original film that I hate? Comment in the comment section below and let me know. I'm Robert Burke, and this has been The Clever Critics. Goodbye.